Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Let's talk a little bit today about Russia, Ukraine, and Biden. Okay, every time Biden gets on television, he keeps telling us that the Russian invasion of Ukraine is imminent. Okay, that's his big word, imminent. Um, and the Russians are probably looking at him and saying, "What the fuck is this guy talking about? Where's he getting all this shit from?" Okay, the Ukrainian president is like, "Please shut up." Okay, what's Biden really trying to do? Well, he's absolutely hoping that the Russians will invade Ukraine. Okay, he's pretty much doing everything to bait them to invade Ukraine. Right? He's like, he's saying it's imminent, as in there's nothing that he could possibly do to stop it. Right? So he's putting that bait out there because he's hoping that if the Russians do invade Ukraine and there's some, you know, major war that breaks out over there, it's going to take away the spotlight from his failure of a presidency. Okay, that's what he's hoping for. So I think it's really sad that he needs Ukraine to be invaded by Russians so that he won't look so bad, or he thinks that he won't look so bad, because the fact is that it doesn't matter what Biden says, right? The Russians, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. They have absolutely no respect for Biden. They have absolutely no respect for the American military leadership at this point. Okay, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And I just don't think they're going to give any respect to Biden. Okay, so he's sitting there saying imminent invasion is imminent, as in please invade, because I need something to take away the attention from my disaster presidency. Okay, and I think he's hoping that if they do invade, right, maybe at that point he might use some diplomacy to maybe get the Russians to pull back a little bit. And then try to sell that as some type of a diplomatic victory, or diplomatic achievement. Okay, so I think that that's what Biden is looking to get out of this hopeful, right? Because for Biden, the Russian invasion of Ukraine is hopeful. Okay, he's hoping that they'll invade. Now, in all this, I would love to hear from whatever colonel, sergeant, whatever his rank is, right? Because it doesn't even matter. Vindman, right? Vindman, because he made a big point about making sure that people were calling him by his proper rank. I don't know what his proper rank is. His rank is shit. That's what his rank is. So shit Vindman, that was concerned, right? That Trump was somehow going to sour the relationship between the United States and Ukraine. Okay, I would love to hear how he feels now about Trump versus Biden. All right, because from what I understand, he did have some personal attachments to Ukraine. So I don't think that Vindman is responsible for the situation that's happening, but he was certainly backing the wrong horse, right? Vindman thought that the Democrats, if only the Democrats could get back into power, the situation with Ukraine and Russia would be so much better. Well, the exact opposite has happened. Okay, the Democrats in a leadership position are an absolute disaster. Okay, now I'm not saying that Republicans are good. All right, absolutely not. I'm just saying that. Let me say this: Republicans are bad. Democrats are way worse. Okay, that's what my position is. Ideally, right? What I'm hoping will happen, because the Democrats are going to continue to do worse over the next 3 years, right? If they screwed up this bad in just 1 year, the next 3 years I think are going to be progressively worse. So what I'm hoping is going to happen because we got in 2022, you got about 35% of the Senate that's up for re-election, for election. Then I think in 2024 you got another 35% of the Senate that's up for election. So it is possible between the next two Senate elections that Republicans could get a supermajority. Okay, in which case, if they also put a Republican president or conservative, let's not say Republican. If they get a conservative or let's not even say that. Let's say constitutional. If we get a constitutional president in 2024 with a Republican supermajority, right, and then control the House, they could actually do some things like close the border down, actually deport all the illegals that came in here, right? Maybe pass some real gun rights, right? Push back against all the anti-gun laws that have been put on the books. So that's what I'm kind of hoping. What I'm hoping will happen by 2024 is that the Democrat Party will be like a permanent minority party, in the sense that like they're never going to get more than 10 or 20% of a vote. Again, what I'm hoping is you'll have the Republicans that are kind of left-leaning, right? Because the Republicans are not right. Republicans are not true conservatives. They're not true constitutionalists, right? They're kind of like in the middle, left-leaning. Democrats are way left. Okay, so I'm hoping Democrats become like a 10, 20% minority party, and then it'll come down to the Republicans, maybe as a 40% party, or 45% party, and then you'll have the Libertarian Party, right, as another 45% party. So I'm hoping the Democrat Party disappears off of the, disappears as a significant political party, and then going forward is the Republicans versus the Libertarians as the two main parties. Okay, so my thoughts on that, but I just wanted to share my thoughts with Biden and his talk about that the Russian invasion of Ukraine is imminent, right? That's the big word, imminent. He keeps saying that every day. He's hoping, right? He's sitting in the basement like this with his fingers crossed, hoping that Putin will invade Ukraine to take, so he can say, hey, there's the bad guy over there. That's the bad guy, okay? And then maybe he can, if he can get the Russians to pull back a tiny little bit, he can call that a diplomatic victory, right? So that's what I think what Biden is trying to get out of this. So drop some comments below. Let me know what you think is going on. If you're not a member of my channel, subscribe. Hit the bell button so you get notification of new videos I put up. Talk to y'all soon.